Hello, my name is Rebecca Burks, and this is Jaclyn Reifeiss presenting with me, and we are both sophomores from Hendrix College. Welcome to the presentation of our poster titled Wildlife Among Us, Preliminary Results from the First 2 Seasons of the Central Arkansas Urban Wildlife Project. This project is a collaboration between Hendrix College and the Arkansas Game and Fish Commission. And despite our increasing understanding of the importance of green space to urban wildlife, relatively little is known about which wildlife occupy parks and why. The Urban Wildlife Information Network, also known as UWIN, is an association of researchers across North America working to better understand some of the unknowns surrounding urban wildlife behavior and distribution using standardized wildlife monitoring techniques. In June of 2020, Hendrix College and the Arkansas Game and Fish Commission partnered to launch a new UWIN location in Little Rock as the first location in Arkansas, and this is now known as the Central Arkansas Urban Wildlife Project, which has already produced interesting data about which wildlife uses green spaces alongside humans. As for our methods, the project takes place in Central Arkansas, with 30 game cameras distributed across Little Rock, North Little Rock, and Maumelle. These cameras are placed at least 1 kilometer apart and within 2 kilometers of the Arkansas River, as you can see in Figure 1. Cameras take pictures for the months of January, April, July, and October, with 1 camera set up at each site facing a settler set to take motion-triggered pictures at 30-second intervals, which is per the Urban Wildlife Information Network protocol. Team members visit each site 2 weeks into the month to change the memory card batteries and perform general maintenance on the camera site. At the end of each season, the cameras are picked up and the photos are collected and sent to team members to identify the species we caught on camera. 2 independent team members then tag each picture to ensure accuracy, and if there's an inconsistency between the 2 tags, it's verified by a 3rd team member. From the data collected in the first 2 seasons of the Central Arkansas Urban Wildlife Project, we were able to map the species richness across parks studied and their associated landscape type, as seen in Figure 2. The landscape types we found in the study were upland forest, lowland forest, manicured, and wetland. See, our ability to calculate species richness was affected by certain challenges with animal identification. As you can see in Table 1, many species were pooled into one group, such as bird species and rat and mouse species. For this reason, Figure 2 is a more conservative representation of species richness at each site. But despite these difficulties, we still found a total of 22 species, which can be seen in the Table 1 with common and scientific names. Obviously, some we see a lot more than others. If you look at Figure 3, you can see our top 6 species. In A, we have the eastern gray squirrel, B is raccoon, C is fox squirrel, D is Virginia possum, E is the white-tailed deer, and F are cottontail rabbits. Bird species were not included in this count because of the fact that they were pooled together.
These results exemplify the importance of urban parks for wildlife in Central Arkansas. Not only are more natural sites around the Pinnacle Mountain area populated by a variety of wildlife, but so too are golf courses and playgrounds. We have also found a multitude of pictures demonstrating the benefits of urban wildlife on their local communities. We see rodent control performed by foxes in densely populated areas, as seen in Figure 4, seed dispersal by way of squirrels, and plenty of wildlife watching opportunities since these activities are happening right in our backyards. These results highlight the value of connecting people in urban areas with the wildlife that live in their neighborhoods to promote positive experiences between the two. Our preliminary results give way to many topics we could expand on in the future. Going forward, we can explore how variables such as size of green space, level of recreational use, and connectivity affect wildlife occupancy. We will soon have data regarding seasonal effects on occupancy and begin to track yearly changes. This information will lead to the development of outreach materials and hopefully connect urban dwellers to the wildlife in their neighborhoods. We would also like to see the management of urban green spaces adapt to support this mutualistic relationship. For example, the increase in park connectivity will allow for the movement of wildlife without crossing roads and creating hazards for both animals and humans. Studying urban wildlife will allow for us to cultivate the relationship between animals and people, harnessing it in a way that proves beneficial to both. Finally, we would like to acknowledge the partnerships that have allowed us to carry out this research. Both Hendrix College and the Arkansas Game and Fish Commission funded this project, and members of both organizations have been crucial to the launching of the Central Arkansas Urban Wildlife Project. While Hendrix research technicians have managed the field component of this project, our partners at the Arkansas Game and Fish Commission have managed the planning and provided all of our field equipment. The launching of this project would not have been possible without the collaboration of these 2 organizations, as well as logistical support from UWIN.
We'd like to thank you all for taking the time to listen to our presentation, and we look forward to answering any questions you have.